Today, we're here to announce that we are, through the Department of Economic Opportunity's Rebuild Florida program, we're awarding today $100 million in investments in infrastructure and hardening projects to make the state of Florida more resilient to future storms, especially flooding, which is very problematic. And of that, Monroe County is getting $16.7 million for various projects. We're doing $1.3 million to assist the city of Key Largo to protect vulnerable homes against storm surge, $10.4 million for Monroe County to prevent flooding and protect against sea level rise, and $5 million to improve wastewater and stormwater infrastructure in Key West. And this is one of the areas that is benefiting the most. We also have some other areas in other parts of Florida that are getting significant amount of money. But Rebuild Florida, just to remind people, is a long-term recovery program. It allows the state to make significant investments into the resiliency of areas previously impacted by storms, and that's been a priority of mine since day one. Dane will say a few things, but when he came into DEO, I said, let's make sure we're getting this out. And so he's really done a good job of moving the money forward. But today, $100 million, areas impacted by Hurricane Irma. And this is a long-term deal. I mean, you still have places that are recovering from Irma. I have places that are recovering from Michael, which happened the next year. But we've got to build back stronger than before. That's what this investment is all about. And as you look through the rest of the state in terms of how some of these resources are going to go, the funding will cover everything from road elevations to canal improvements to new stormwater and wastewater systems and everything in between. So controlling water has been a challenge that Florida's faced throughout the entire history of the state, and it's one that we will continue to face, but it's one that we're going to have to deal with head on. And we're also working on other things apart from Rebuild Florida and apart from some of the federal dollars that we're getting, where the state can also play a even stronger role. So we feel excited to be able to do it. We feel excited to be able to help out the good folks of Monroe County. I mean, Monroe County, when that hit Cudjoe Key, I mean, that was probably the most significant impact that happened for Hurricane Irma. And so the folks here are very resilient. They understand, unfortunately, these storms are part of life, but when it happens, we want to be there to be able to offer our support. So with that, I'd like to invite Dane Eagle to come up and say a few words.
Well, thank you all for being here today. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful Friday in the Keys, so it doesn't get much better than that. But as the governor mentioned, it's been a great day for Florida in the news. We did our millionth vaccine for a senior this morning. Unemployment numbers are down. We were pleased to announce that through our department under the governor's leadership, making sure people know that the state is open for business. Certainly we're concerned about health and safety, which is why the vaccines have been a priority, but we're getting people back to work and back in the workforce. And even beyond that, we're able to invest again in these communities by announcing this $100 million today, which is affecting 24 communities around the state that were affected by Hurricane Irma. First and foremost, the Florida Keys, where it hit first. So as the governor mentioned, $16 million is going to be spent in Monroe County, just over $1 million right here in this neighborhood. And these are long-term funds. This is a long-term recovery program administered by HUD. If you think about after a hurricane hits, first and foremost, you'd hope that private insurance kicks in, then private funding, maybe loans, SBD loans, then FEMA would step in, and then long-term is these funds of last resort, and that's why we're stepping in now. We have 6 years to administer those funds. The funds were given to us in late 2019. Here we are in early 2021, almost 5 years early. So as the governor said, when I started in September and was honored to do so, his challenge of me was get this money into the communities as fast as possible. These are taxpayer dollars. It does no good sitting in government coffers. Get them back into the communities where they're going to assist the residents. So very happy to make this announcement today. We're going to be working very closely with your local leaders to make sure that it's administered quickly and effectively, and that people can be more resilient for future storms. Thank you for the opportunity today.
Great. Okay. Yes, sir.
Governor DeSantis, how are you?
Hey.
Governor, what are you hearing about a supply of vaccines? That's such a hot topic.
For sure.
What about